That night was the beginning of everything that would change. Marcus and I once had a perfect marriage. The passion, the attraction, the love, it all felt eternal. But as the years passed, that excitement faded into a routine. Mornings were quiet, and nights were filled with monotony. Even the physical attraction between us had dimmed to a faint ember. I knew Marcus still loved me, but sometimes love isn't enough. One day, he brought up an idea to revitalize our relationship, a party that, as he described it, would be unlike anything we had ever experienced. At first, I dismissed the idea, laughing it off. "A party? Are you serious?" I asked, but the determination in his eyes silenced my doubt. On the night of the party, I was nervous. The atmosphere was unlike anything I had imagined. Dim lighting, slow jazz music, and an air of unspoken agreements filled the room. Nathan greeted us warmly, not bothering to explain the rules. It was clear everyone here was seeking something. Then I saw Sebastian. His tall, confident frame and piercing gaze drew me in instantly. While Marcus introduced me to someone else, Sebastian quietly approached me and whispered, "Want to make tonight unforgettable?" His words lingered in my mind as the night unfolded. We danced first, his hands resting lightly on my waist, his touch sending shivers through me. At first, I was hesitant, but his gaze and his presence made me feel alive in a way I hadn't in years. When his lips brushed against my neck, I felt the barriers inside me breaking down one by one. Part of me screamed that this was wrong, but another part reveled in the freedom I was tasting for the first time in what felt like forever. Sebastian led me to a quieter corner, his hands moving from my waist to my back, his movements deliberate and commanding. Every touch reignited a passion I had forgotten existed. When our lips met, it was like an explosion of anger, desire, and pent-up emotion. The kiss deepened quickly, his hands pulling me closer as I let myself go. By the time I returned to Marcus, his expression was unforgettable. His eyes betrayed jealousy, but also something else, something I couldn't name. That night, I realized this was only the beginning, and nothing would ever be the same again.
I'm Marcus. Evelyn and I have spent some of the best years of my life together. But time has a way of testing the value of everything, doesn't it? I felt like something was missing between us. Evelyn was still beautiful, still mine, but there was a gap, a space I couldn't fill. That's why I suggested the party, hoping it might rekindle something between us, or at least shake things up. Nathan's party was a test, not just for Evelyn, but for me as well. At first, everything seemed ordinary. The people were polite, and the atmosphere elegant. But then came the moment when the lines blurred. When I saw Evelyn dancing with Sebastian, something inside me cracked. Was it jealousy? Maybe. But there was also a strange thrill, a pleasure I couldn't quite explain. Watching her, I realized how complicated our bond truly was. Nathan introduced me to a woman, and while she spoke to me, my mind was elsewhere, stuck on Evelyn and Sebastian. I tried to immerse myself in the moment, but every touch, every glance reminded me of what Evelyn might be experiencing. It was as if I were searching for the meaning of what we were doing through her actions, not my own. When the party ended, Evelyn and I went home in silence, but her eyes told me everything I needed to know. We had crossed a line we couldn't return from. As I closed the door behind us, my phone buzzed with a message from Nathan. "Be ready for the next step." Evelyn looked at me, her lips curving into a small smile as she said, "This is just the beginning, isn't it?